This little girl had been kidnapped, but she wasn't afraid at all. She didn't cry or make a fuss. Instead, in an extremely calm tone, she asked the man who kidnapped her if she was going to die. Hearing this, the cripple was even more panicked than the girl. He quickly explained that he wasn't that kind of person and was just taking the girl to stay in the countryside for a few days. He then handed the mute man some bills and told him the girl would be staying at his place. Without any suspicion, he walked ahead and got on his bicycle. To his surprise, the girl obediently came over and sat on the back seat without any resistance. On the way, the girl saw someone pass by and suddenly jumped off the bike, running to an old lady for help. But when the old lady turned around and saw it was the mute man, she slapped the girl a few times and pushed her back to him. She was a bit senile and thought the girl was the mute man's sister. To prevent the girl from jumping off the bike again, the mute man came up with an idea. When the girl arrived at his home, she discovered another girl hiding inside. Now she started to panic a little. While the mute man was away, the girl said, "Let's escape together." But the other girl turned out to be the mute man's own sister. The two lived together in this garbage dump of a shack. When the girl woke up the next day, she found herself unharmed. She thought that perhaps the simple-minded mute man was really a good person. The mute man received a new task. To prevent the girl from escaping, he had to take her along to bury a corpse. Seeing how hard the mute man was working, the girl obediently helped push the dirt into the pit. From then on, the girl became gentle and considerate, obeying the mute man's every request. When he asked her to write a threatening letter, she cooperated earnestly. The letter also needed a photo of the girl. She smiled brightly at the camera. This wasn't causing trouble, was it? It no longer looked like she had been kidnapped, so the girl cooperatively put on a mournful face. Sometimes when the mute man went out, the girl would stay home and teach his sister how to fold clothes. At night, when the girl was afraid to go to the bathroom alone, the mute man would stand guard outside, continuously clapping his hands to let her know he was still there. Gradually, the mute man also developed a peculiar emotional connection with the girl. In her, he felt a kindness and warmth that he could never retain himself. In a blink of an eye, it was the day to collect the ransom. The cripple instructed the mute man that if he didn't return by 12 o'clock, he should send the girl to the human traffickers. When the appointed time arrived, the mute man didn't see the cripple and his calls went unanswered. In fact, the cripple had already collected the ransom but had an accident while trying to escape. Not daring to think too much, the mute man got on his bicycle with the little girl, determined to hand her over to the human traffickers.